They told me I needed to go across the river. That is what many people do. That's the only way that the membership can flourish. People will just be running to your church. Whatever you do to them, they are free. They will pay tithes. They will do all, sow seed. Anything you say.
Grace.
Man of God, welcome to my house.
Thank you, Pastor. It has been
So,
long now.
yes, how is the ministry going?
I thank God. How is family?
Very fine. Everybody is doing well.
I
That's
can
nice.
see.
Yeah.
I see. Pastor,
Mhm.
there is, our people say that a toad cannot run out in a day without something chasing or it's chasing something.
Very right.
Pastor, I started the ministry, can I say 15 to 17 years now. But it seems as if my effort in the ministry are not improving. Oh yes, because Pastor, if I tell you that in my ministry right now as I'm talking, I think it is like 50 to 60 member at my church. So it is a burden to me. In some time and at some point, I begin to think how, what is happening. Do you know the reason? Some other ministry, they are expanding. It's not that I'm jealous. Your own ministry, yes. You see, I just come if it is for me to pray, one head is better than another. And then you are my senior in this work. So if anything you can, I don't know what else to do. Because if it's prayer, I've gone to mountain, I do all the necessary fasting and prayer in order that my ministry can attract people, to stay. But the work, everything prove about it.
My brother, walk with faith. Walk with faith. You see, I actually just allowed you to say all that you have to say and finish. The moment you started, I actually understand. I am not new in the ministry, like you said, and from the time I started till this very moment, as you have seen me and you might feel that I am successful in the ministry, I know how difficult it is. You see, this is one of the problems out there people don't really tend to understand. People look at pastors from far and they begin to throw their judgment. What pastors are doing right, what they are not doing right, and all of that. But I tell you, my brother, to build followership is not easy. I started this ministry with my wife and my children in our sitting room. Yes, that's how I started. And I will be the choir, the choir master. I will do the preaching and I will do all that it takes for the ministry to run. That was how we started. And then before we now went looking for neighbors who will join us and like that, and then to the glory of God, today you are seeing me sitting here and talking of having branches all over the places. It is work, hard work, but above all, it is grace. I cannot boastfully say that I am the one, it is my doing. It is grace, what God has done. When I started, this challenge you are going through now, when I was still facing the same challenge, I encountered some pastors. In fact, like I am shocked, I encountered pastors.
Let me shock you. I think last 2 weeks, I met one of my co-pastor in the ministry. His ministry is also booming. By the time I meet that my friend pastor, He was like, do I really want to grow in the ministry? And I was very astonished in the way he reacted. Then by the time I go further, he told me that if I thought that I'm ready to go far in the ministry, that I need to cross some
You
river.
need to cross the river. Yes. I was just waiting for you. I know that's where you are heading to. You will always come across this kind of people. It's unfortunate, but we have them in the ministry.
Hmm?
When I was struggling around, I met them. They told me I needed to go across the river. That is what many people do. That's the only way that the membership can flourish. People will just be running to your church. Whatever you do to them, they are free. They will pay tithes. They will do all. You mean sow seed. Anything you say, they are ready to do it. And I said no. If God called me into this ministry, I believe, I have faith. I believe God called me into the ministry. And if I cannot do the work of God, then there is no point. So trying to preach the gospel to the people and going across the river, I don't know what they are going across the river to go and do. And that was it. I trusted God and I continued my ministry. And today what you have seen is the result of what my faith has given me. So what I will just tell you is, do not actually be discouraged. This is how the work is. God calls you. He that calls you, if He wants you to have it so easy, He will do it. If He wants you to go through tough times so you can be a tough man, He can do it. The most important thing is He has called you to preach the gospel. Leave the rest of the work for Him. That's it. But if you choose to go across the river like our other friends have done, there is no problem. I cannot really tell you whether to go or whether not to go. But in as far as I'm concerned, God called me into the ministry. I believe He called me. And I am here. I have seen, I can testify how much He has done for me and my family. So I have no reason to go across the river. I have more reasons to be grateful, and which is what I have done. I have always done. So that is it, my brother.
I see. I see. So
The choice is yours.
Going to understand here is the more sacrifice, the more result in the ministry. Because as you told me that you started everything with your wife and your children, and today things have turned up like this. Maybe
Have faith, my brother. With faith, you can move mountains. God be with you. I pray that God who sent you, God who called you into the ministry and sent you to go out there and preach the gospel, shall see you.
Amen.
Be well with you, my brother.